Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich with a. Sorry for the noise there. With your Christo-Pagan Sunday. Um, Now I did say in a video, what this, not this past Saturdays, the previous Saturdays, where I postponed this past that Saturday's lesson to this past Saturday. Y'all know which video I'm talking about. The one where I'm in the car saying, "Hey, I'm postponing this video." I mentioned in that one that this was not the last Sunday, which it is. I'm dumb and don't know how calendars work. Apparently, actually, I just forgot like what day the month ended on. It ends on. Oh, geez, I've already brain farted on it. It ends on a Saturday this month. So, yes. This is the last Sunday of the month. So, in one of our newer traditions, we are pulling some spell work out of the scriptures. Now, for this week, instead of doing some Nag Hammadi scripture readings and whatnot and delving into that stuff, so I will be reading from the Orthodox Study Bible, the one that I got at Goodwill for like $2.50. Love it. So my verses may be different than the verses that you have in your scriptures. So this is actually Psalm 27 in the Orthodox Study Bible, but it is actually Psalm 28 in most other translations. So I thought this was a good, and I only picked out like two verses. So I thought this was a good one, and I kind of want to read it and then we'll delve into it. So it reads, "To you, O Lord, I cry. O my God, may you not pass over me in silence. May you never be silent to me. Else I would become like those who go down into the pit. Hear the voice of my supplication when I pray to you, and when I lift up my hands toward your holy temple. May you not associate my soul with sinners, nor destroy me with the workers of injustice." Okay, I kind of went on a little too long there. Yeah, okay. Let's stop there. Let's recap here. So, this, I would say, you can do with a few changes. And I have my notes here. I'm like, what the hell? What was I writing? Anyway, yeah, it looks like chicken scratch because my fountain pen was running out of ink, and I wanted to jot these down while I had them in my mind, but I can barely read it, so it doesn't really make any sense to do that. Just get up and go get a new ink cartridge, Reg, you lazy son of a gun. Anyway, I have here, remember that you can change things here. My devotion would be to, and this is how I wrote it. To you, Lord and Lady, I cry. My gods, may you not pass over me in silence. May you never be silent to me. Else I become like those in the dark. Hear the voice of my supplication when I pray to you. This is a more formal calling on deity. This isn't like, hey, I'm here, come on down, I'd like to talk to you. No, this is like a formal, like, I'm kneeling before you. I want to have this situation where, it's not frivolous. This is not a time where I want to play games. It's I need you, and I need you to come down, and I need you to listen to what I have to say. This is an honest, like, gut-wrenching almost cry, a plea to deity to, hear what you have to say. Maybe it's a prayer, maybe it's a praise, maybe you're saying thank you for something, but most of the time, let's, stay with the standard. most human beings, and I'm painting with a very broad brush here, but I think it's quite warranted. Most human beings who pray to a deity will pray for, you know, something. They will pray for, them to have financial stability, or for their own health or the health of others. They will pray asking deity for something. Uh, Remember, prayer can just be, sitting there saying, "Hey, I'm here, you know, to be with you." To me, I would call that meditation, but that can be your devotional setting. And this is something that I actually want to try um, at the altar. Um, but I do need to move a couple things. I've already addressed that. I do need to move a couple things. And yeah, I want to start doing the altar devotionals that we've talked about in um, the Outer Temple of Witchcraft or the Outer Temple of Witchcraft uh, book club that we are going through. I want to do some altar devotionals where I just sit in the presence of deity and be there for them to tell me whatever they need me to know. Um, and just sit in that moment. Maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's an hour, but at very least, I'm setting aside that chunk of time to sit there with deity. Um, Seeing that I'm not going into work until I don't leave my house on days that I work. I don't leave my house till like 8:15. I get up at like 6 o'clock. So for 2 hours, rather than sitting there and playing games on my phone or catching up on YouTube videos or whatnot, giving 10, 15, 20 minutes to deity by sitting there and just having my morning cup of coffee with them or something of that nature, I think would be absolutely divine. And I need to start incorporating that into my daily practice. So, also doing a journal entry, even if it's something little. One page, I will be happy with 1 page a day. It would definitely beat my 0 pages a day. But I have here that this could be a supplication for anything, a praise, a thank you, or it could be anything that has been supplied to you. It could just be, asking for deity's help on something, which, again, most of us do. And let's see, I also have verse 6 here as a closing. Yeah. And this would be a good closing to have in that devotional time. But I'm still changing stuff. It reads, "Blessed is the Lord, because he heard the voice of my supplication." Okay. I'm changing it to, "Blessed is the Lord and Lady, because they heard the voice of my supplication," or because they heard the voice of my praise. Something of that nature where you acknowledge that they have listened. You are acknowledging that they have been there for you in this moment. And I think that's something important. I kind of came to this verse in particular. I'm like, you know what? Psalms have a lot of things that I can use for spell work and whatnot, or devotional work. And let me go through there. So I started going through. I'm like, nah, I don't feel like that one. Not that one. And I came to Psalm 26 earlier. Hold on. I think it was, no, Psalm 24 or 23. One of those ones. No, it was Psalm 24. And I'm like, and I started writing on it. I'm like, nope, that doesn't feel right. And then I turned a couple pages and I'm like, this one sounds right. This sounds like something that I could definitely use. And we were just talking about altar devotions and whatnot, and, incorporating that into our practices. So I think this is something that's going to be needed in my practice at very least. So I figured I'd share it along with you. you all out there. So again, this would be starting by kneeling, sitting, however is more comfortable, and uh, you know, in your way of uh, honoring deity, however you do it, whether you're sitting, kneeling, laying down, however, or standing. Maybe you're a stander. I'm not a stander. Um, I would rather kneel than sit, and I would rather kneel than stand for devotions. So this is how it would go. I would light the illumination candle, and I would say, and I'm going to go through the entirety of everything that I've already said here. And it reads, "O my gods, may you not pass over me in silence. May you never be silent to me, else I become like those in the dark. Hear the voice of my supplication when I pray to you." And then I go into prayers, whether be for ones I receive from y'all or ones that I receive on Facebook groups that I'm a part of, or whether it's the people in my own life that are going through some things. And most of the time, it's going to be prayers of supplication, like, hey, can you supply this? Sometimes it'll be praise. If I have absolutely nothing to pray for, sometimes it'll be praise of, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be where I am today. And that's a good praise. That's a praise you can do most days. Whether or not we are entirely liking where we're at, we can still say thank you for it, because it could be worse. And I'm not going to go down too much of a rabbit hole on that one, because there is nuance there. And then ending the session, "Blessed is the Lord and Lady, because they heard the voice of my supplication," or praise. So that's what I have for this week. Oh, and we are under the time limit. The 10-15 minute time limit that I try to shoot for on shorter videos. Now, I will say, there are times whenever I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is going to be a long ass video, and either they're going to sit through it or they're going to snore through it. So it's one or the other, or they're just going to click off. But yeah, I wanted to make this one a short and sweet one. Give you all just a little inspiration to incorporate something like this into your own practice. Maybe the verbiage for you needs a little tweaking. Absolutely tweak it. Again, that was in this Bible, in the Greek Orthodox, or the Orthodox Study Bible. I'm sorry. In the Orthodox Study Bible, it is Psalm 27. In most Bibles, it is Psalm 28. And that was verse 1 and 2. And the closing is verse 6. So if you want to look those up, and you know what? In the comments below, if you have a different way of doing the verbiage, leave that down in the comments below. Let's get some discussion going here, because that is something that I think some people might be a little bit more well versed at, using a different verbiage, or adjusting something just a little bit to get it just right for them or for others. So yeah, if you have anything to add or take away, leave a comment. If you like these videos, hit the like button. If you dislike them, hit the dislike button. It all appeases the algorithmic gods of YouTube. All hail the algorithmic gods of YouTube. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done that. Hit that bell notification if you haven't done that already, because YouTube might let you know whenever there's more content out there. And until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.